Hey everybody, welcome to The Mix. I'm Kyesha Jackson.
And I'm Marisol Mabee. Today we'll be having the latest news from your favorite shows and video games and movie updates.
Two of our superhero movie fans will be discussing Avengers Endgame in a spoiler-free review.
And to end the show, we will be taking a look at popular YouTube channels and the anticipation for the latest season of one of their shows. You don't want to miss it. The Jonas Brothers surprised us back in February with their reunion to release the song Sucker, which was their first song to be ranked #1 on Billboard's Pop Songs chart. They also released their song Cool just this month. It's been 10 years since the Jonas Brothers released their last studio album, Lines, Vines, and Trying Times, but they changed that this summer by releasing their newest album, Happiness Begins, June 7th.
Pop star Taylor Swift has released a new song for you to jam out to. The 10-time Grammy-winning artist released her latest single, Me, at midnight this past Friday. The new song features Brendan Urie from Panic. At the disco, along with the song, fans are also treated to a music video. Speculation has been building ever since Swift posted a countdown timer on social media that indicated she had a big announcement on April 26. Speculation continued to grow as Swift posted hints on social media leading up to the big reveal, with fans eagerly trying to decode the meanings behind the clues Swift posted. While no new album was announced, fans can assume that a new album release is coming soon, as Swift usually announces new albums in the summer.
The final season of Jane the Virgin is airing on the CW now. The show is an American version of a classic Hispanic telenovela that centers around a powerful Latina female and her diverse cast of supporters. In the story, Jane, who is played by Gina Rodriguez, learns to live with a dramatic life after she's artificially inseminated. The final season picks off exactly where the last one ended, with intense emotions. The producer Jenny Snyder-Urman tells the audience to grab their tissues because this season will bring on the waterworks.
If you're looking for a show to watch this coming summer, then you should consider the returning show Lucifer. After a hard battle fought by fans of the series, Lucifer has not only been given a new home on the broadcast platform Netflix, but it also comes with a new season. Netflix released a trailer of Season 4 on the 25th to give us a little hint of what is going on. From Lucifer's mom coming into his life to the first killer in the Bible, the new season is spicing things up with the world's first sinner, Eve. Fans wondered if Detective Chloe Decker will be able to handle Lucifer's new boo, but we'll have to wait on May 8th to dive in.
Atlus announced 2 new entries to the Persona franchise. Persona 5 Royal is a direct sequel to the critically acclaimed Persona 5. The Persona game series are JRPGs that feature high school students using personas to save the world. While Persona 5 Scramble is the second game announced by Atlus, it's being developed by Omega Force. A spin-off game, Persona 5 Scramble, will play just Dynasty Warrior game, where the characters are forced to fight hundreds of enemies in a hack-and-slash fashion.
Detective Pikachu's Earth Day trailer was a much-appreciated, heartwarming reminder of how wonderful the world is. In most of the trailer, the tone has been upbeat and action-packed. This takes on show more of the heart movie will have in it. The single one-liner that was dropped still managed to have an emotional punch as we witness Pikachu doing his best to comfort the main character, who is in mourning for their happier father. On a happier note, we got more revealed Pokemon such as Pangoro. The movie comes out May 10th of this year, so be ready to go see the electrifying movie.
During Star Wars Celebration in Chicago, director Dave Filoni released a second trailer for the animated show Star Wars: The Clone Wars. The show originally aired on Cartoon Network and took place between Star Wars: Attack of the Clone Wars and Revenge of the Sith. There will be 12 new episodes aired on Disney's new streaming service. The show is expected to air in late 2019.
The Last of Us 2 team has recently announced that it is done with the shooting its motion capture scenes. This news comes following Neil Druckmann's tweet of what appears to be the late page of the game script Druckmann wrote and directed the story for the first Last of Us game. The Last of Us 2 was announced at the PlayStation Experience in 2016 and is set to take place 5 years after the original game. Naughty Dog Studios has not talked about an official release date yet.
When we come back, we're going to take a more in-depth look at certain news updates, so stay tuned. Welcome back. Before we went on break, we gave you some quick news pieces, and now we're going more in depth on certain headlines.
The talk of the internet and most of everyone's weekend agenda was seeing the highly anticipated sequel following Avengers Infinity War. Avengers Endgame is making history with the biggest opening night ever, making $60 million in revenue. On Thursday night, the movie also received a certified Fresh Award score from website Rotten Tomatoes. Safe to say, the Twitter community has self-disciplined, promising their followers not to spill the beans in the ending. Seems that the viewers are very pleased with the Marvel movie. Filmmaker Kevin Smith's reaction to the success thus far calls it beyond epic. Well, it seems as if viewers definitely agree.
Back in March, we were all shocked to hear about actor Luke Perry's unexpected passing at the age of 52 due to a stroke. Perry was best known for playing heartthrob Dylan McKay on Beverly Hills 90210 back in the 90s. In 2016, Perry began playing the role of Fred Andrews on the CW's Archie comic spinoff Riverdale. Perry played the supportive, caring, and hardworking father to one of the main characters, Archie Andrews, who is played by KJ Apa. Perry's last scene on the episode is episode 20, season 3, which aired April 24th. It was a bittersweet scene with Archie turning to his father for help, and Fred, of course, was there to provide his words of wisdom. It hasn't been explained just yet how the show will move forward without Perry, but Riverdale showrunner Roberto Aguirre-Sacasa wants to address Perry's absence in the most honorable way possible. There are 3 more episodes left in this season, and Aguirre-Sacasa said that they will be dedicating those to Perry.
The 2019 NFL Draft has officially started in Nashville. On April 25th, the top prospects are hopeful to get drafted to the team that best fits them and understands their work ethic. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell took to the stage to announce the overall picks. Talks of the towns are Kyler Murray, Oklahoma's quarterback, making history, becoming the first athlete to ever be picked in the first round for both Major League Baseball and NFL Draft, committing to football drafted to Arizona Cardinals quarterback position. Murray says, "I want to be the best to ever play this game."
Beyoncé, to no surprise, broke the internet on April 17th when her film Homecoming came out exclusively on Netflix. Beyoncé was the executive producer, writer, and director for the film that gives us a look behind the scenes at her 2018 Coachella performance, where she made history being the first female African-American headliner. It doesn't stop there, though. According to Variety, Beyoncé signed a 3-project deal with Netflix, which means she has 2 more specials on the way. There's no telling what they will be about just yet or when they will be released, but there is her 40-track album that accompanies the Homecoming film, which has 2 bonus tracks, her cover of Frankie and Beverly Maze's Before I Let Go, and an updated version of her 2013 song, I've Been On. On April 23rd, Queen Bee also made her once title-exclusive album, Lemonade, available on all streaming services, so there will be plenty of music to hold us over until the next special comes out. When we come back, I'll be joined by Samaria Boyd, Christian Shaw, in a review discussion about the latest Marvel movie, so stay tuned with us.
The 22nd movie of the Marvel superhero franchise has finally premiered, and fans everywhere are eager to see this movie if they haven't already. Avengers Endgame is the epic conclusion of the Infinity Saga and started with Iron Man back in 2008. Here to talk about the Endgame with me are Samaria Boyd and Christian Shaw. Okay, so to start off, Christian, how did you feel about the production of the movie in general?
I think the overall production of Endgame, it was actually very well designed. It answered a lot of questions that a lot of Marvel fans had, and it did a really good job of tying in each and every one of the 22 movies and within the first phases perfectly, and it was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think Endgame really did a great job. I was very happy that it was the full 3 hours that everybody said it was going to be, just because there was so much that you had to encompass in order to start to understand why we're getting there or to this point. So I think I agree with Christian on that. Everything came together perfectly.
And in regards to the actual Avengers, between Hawkeye and Ant-Man, what are they up to?
See, all I'm going to really say about that is Ant-Man's been gone for a while.
Correct.
And Hawkeye, they kind of did my man dirty in the beginning, but I'm not going to say anything. But let's just say he takes on a very different side that you really wouldn't expect of Hawkeye.
I'd say both of them came back tripping. That would be my answer.
Came back tripping.
Yeah, that would be my answer.
They were a little bit out of whack.
Out of whack, yeah. I'm sorry. Maybe I should have been more formal.
Yeah,
My bad.
it was just different seeing them in them settings.
Yeah.
Compared to their own.
Their
how they used to
storylines.
be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Okay, now everyone wants to know, and this isn't a big spoiler, but who got turned to dust?
We can't tell you that because this is a spoiler-free review.
We can't say anything.
We can't say anything.
We can't
Okay.
say anything.
Okay, so what about Hulk?
Hulk was
What's
different.
up with my man Hulk?
Hulk was very different.
He was different too. I don't know. He was, you can say, less of a split personality.
Yeah, for
Way
sure.
less of a split
Because
personality.
as you saw in the previous movies, how he went from Bruce Banner to being able to turn into Hulk whenever he gets angry. He's like,
Correct.
I'm always angry. To, in the previous Avengers movie prior to this one, he got tore up by Thanos.
Correct.
And he was having a conflict with himself and the Hulk, and Hulk would not come out for anything.
Yeah.
And I think people who haven't seen the movie yet or have seen the movie, they were definitely very shocked or will be shocked to see how he is now.
Yeah.
So his character has changed in regards to his anger?
And basically, it's changed overall in design.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
It's
without
it's
spoiling
changed in design to the point where you're gonna be like, really? That's
Yeah.
Hulk? It's gonna
I think it
throw
was
people in a
pretty
loop. It
cool.
kind of threw me in for a loop when I first saw it. I was laughing, but yeah.
So in regards to Doctor Strange seeing in the future, a lot of anticipation about what exactly was it that he saw. Because even in the previews, it was like, okay, we see Doctor Strange, but it's kind of a complex situation. So could y'all elaborate or tell me anything about that?
Like he said,
There
You only have one chance.
definitely was one outcome and where they win, and the way they lead up to it is actually very great. And you would think there are a lot of theories out there. It's like, okay, the Avengers are gonna find Thanos, they're gonna try to get the time stone and just revert it. Simple as that, right? It really isn't that simple. There's a lot of conflicts and complications within the movie, not just within the story, but also with the characters as well, to kind of make it harder for the Avengers to actually accomplish their goal.
And Samaria, in regards to the climax of the movie, would you say that, were you shocked by anything, or were you more so taken back? Like,
I think I was expecting it, but yeah, I guess shocked would be the perfect answer because it didn't turn out the way I thought it was going to turn out. I hope I said that right. But yeah, shocked would be the answer. Everything just kind of flowed.
So, since you're saying you're shocked and you're kind of saying the same thing, would you identify with the whole audience of the atmosphere in the theater? Was it all like y'all were all combined together and just surprised?
Okay. Yes and no. There were definitely some outbursts from different people, but genuinely, we all reacted the same because the whole entire movie itself is an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
It's literally, you'll be like, yeah, and it's so hype, and then you'll be all sad, and you'll be like, what, why? It's
Yeah.
just, it's all over the place.
I can honestly say I cried the whole movie.
Yeah, a lot of people said that they cried throughout the whole movie.
The
and
entire movie.
Emotions, a lot of people were screaming, yeah. I mean, there's definitely a lot of little funny jokes in this one. There is one thing I will say that was a little different, and a lot of people who actually are deep into the Marvel universe, especially up through the movies, they will notice this in the movie, that Captain America, he's a little different in terms of the way he is, his character. Because
Yeah.
in one of the in Age of Ultron, how he sweared, Iron Man was like, uh-oh, no cussing, no
Yeah.
swearing, language. Captain America is beyond that.
Yeah, that's what I say. I think, honestly, maybe after Civil War is when he started.
Yeah, he started
Just kind of relaxing.
So where has Captain Marvel been?
She been
That's
out
a
and
good
about.
question. Where has
She been
she
taking
been?
a stroll, you know, just around space like she normally does.
Well, I mean,
just
she's been
patrolling.
helping other planets, is what she.
Well, thank you so much, for the intriguing information about it. I definitely have a plan to go see it this weekend, and I'm pretty sure our audience as well. When we come back for our final segment, I'll be taking a look at the popular YouTube channel, Epic Rap Battles of History with Bryan Torres. So don't go anywhere.
Hey guys, my name is Bryan Torres, and I'm with Marisol. You did a pretty good job hosting right now.
Thank you.
You know, with the headlines and everything. They were pretty cool. Anyways, Marisol, we're doing Showcase. Do you know what Showcase is?
Yes, that's where you like show somebody something they've never seen before and things like that.
Yes. So what I'm going to be showing Marisol is I'm going to be showing her Epic Rap Battles of History. It is a YouTube channel that's been on the platform for a very long time now. Ever since I was in middle school, I started watching the shows. Have you seen any of their stuff?
I think in middle school is like when I would hear about it, but it sounds really familiar, but I didn't really watch any of it.
I got you. Well, I'm going to be showing you a few of their greatest ones that I think so far, because I've watched these ever since like the beginning. I watched every single episode, even season 5, which is pretty good. So we're going to start off with Steven Spielberg versus Alfred Hitchcock. You ready?
Yes.
Upper crop bottles of our story. Steven Spielberg versus Alfred Hitchcock!
Picture a child sitting next to a projector, learning from your films to become a much better director. Now picture a $3 billion dream machine who can blockbust all over your crop just to see. Try to do with me, Alfred, you must be psycho. I'll bring back Jaws and take a bite of your lifeboat. I'm always at one top of my game, I get the vertigo. My jet's in the terminal, waiting for me to murder ya. I rock the Academy and the DGA. You rock as many Oscars as that schlep Michael Bay. Time you're filling up those jowls with 3 steaks and souffle. Check the trade, see me amble to my next big play. I produce cartoons and make games for all ages. You produce Jimmy Stewart making one of 2 faces. Maybe next time I visit you'll be a bit more gracious. Now kiss my full moon and just bask in my greatness.
That was a close encounter of the turd kind. But there won't be a pretty ending this time. Half your billions should go to John Williams. Now brace yourself as I reveal my brilliance. I'm the master of suspense so intense, no defense against Hitchcock once he presents. My skill is enormous, orchestrating brilliant performance. You're more horrible than Megan Fox's acting in Transform. Fist puppets and muppets to stir the fears up. I squeeze screams out of chocolate syrup. I'm the best mamma jammer ever stood behind the camera. Damage panderers and haunt you like the last Indiana.
Give me a Tylenol, stop rhyming, y'all. Alfred, you got no style, dog. I'm the king of dialogue. There's only one movie I know you from, and I've seen more blood in the shower when I stubbed my toe in one. Tried to fight in World War I, but couldn't do that. The British Army wouldn't let you join because you were too fat. Look it up, it's a true fact. Wikipedia that. Now allow me to attack Stephen the Hack. You the War of the Worlds of failures when I label you. It looked like some sellout Michael Bay would do. Ask anybody, what's your favorite Sam Jackson part? No one's gonna say, what's his name from Jurassic Park? Scripts that I write ain't the clean. When I grit mics, I'm the mean. And Tarantino is a genius. A bad mother from the wallet to the penis.
Do you know who that is by any chance?
Wait, who is this supposed to be? Wait.
So right now, what's the theme that they're getting at? Different directors.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah. So this is a famous director. His name is Stanley Kubrick.
Okay.
And he was commonly known for being such a jerk to work with.
Oh, really?
Because have you ever seen the movie The Shining?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So there's one scene in The Shining where like blood comes out of an elevator.
Yeah, uh-huh.
The myth is that apparently he made them film that scene over 258 times,
Oh my God.
right? Just because like how the blood was gushing out wasn't realistic to him.
Oh,
So yeah. So this is a lot of stuff that they do. They actually do a bunch of research on whatever 2 characters they're doing. So like whenever they were talking about Steven Spielberg, they were saying like how he has Samuel L. Jackson in his movies, but like they're not iconic roles. But in Tarantino, Samuel L. Jackson, they go together like bread.
Yeah.
So we're going to continue it.
Genius is a powerful word, but there's no reason to use it unless you're talking about the Kubrick. Then there's really nothing to it. Everything I do is visionary. Every single frame of painting made exactly how I wanna make it. To another take and get it right 127 times. I'll make you learn to love me on the bar. Jump over violent rhymes like clockwork. Make you all hurt. Beat Spielberg, the color purple. AI is the worst wasted potential since the Ninja Turtles.
That's enough. I've heard enough crap from all of you. When I come down there and show you what a real star can do, I swoop low with the telephoto. No Bruckheimer, I work solo. If there's one thing I've learned, this game is about money. I make that dollar, y'all. Even make Mark Wahlberg make some money. Shopping, got a few drops and I got milk money. Rose to the rock, now I got that socks made of silk money. I ain't got that guilt money. I don't give a take my checks to the bank and I sign them with my love. Give the people what they love. All the critics say I'm evil. Got no time to read reviews while I'm working on the sequel. Got a gift from above, the eyes of an eagle. When it comes to blowing up, no director is my equal.
So yeah, what'd you think about that episode?
I liked it. I feel like they had to do, obviously, like, a lot of research, or they need to know a lot about each of these people to, like, make these kind of videos. And I like how it wasn't just Steven Spielberg and Alfred Hitchcock. I like how, like, other people came into play, too. So that was kind of, and it's funny. Like, you kind of learn a little bit, and then, like, I didn't know who directed The Shining, and I didn't know he was a jerk. So, like, it's kind of interesting. You learn a little bit, and it's funny.
Yeah,
I like that.
one of the interviews, they actually, so the Epic Rap Battle of History was created by two guys, Epic Lloyd and Nice Peter. Nice Peter was actually playing Steven Spielberg, and Alfred Hitchcock was played by Epic Lloyd.
Okay.
So whenever they got interviewed, one of the Nice Pete said that he wants all of the rap battles of histories to entertain people, and then maybe ask like, whoa, did that actually happen? And that's like what happened with you. You know, you were like questioning, like you didn't know anything about Stanley Kubrick, but now you know a little bit more.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I'd probably watch more of it, definitely.
Cool. Well, that was the Epic Rap Battles of Histories. Hopefully you guys enjoyed in the studio. And Marisol.
I don't know what do I say. Or just thanks for watching.
Bye guys.
Bye.
I mean, yeah.
Well, that's it for the final episode of The Mix.
Be sure you follow our social media. Our Twitter and Instagram are @TheCrewSFA.
You can also like our Facebook page, SFA The Crew, and check out more content on SFA TV 2.
I'm Kyesha Jackson.
And I'm Marisol Mabee. See you next semester.